there were things that I've written, that I've done, and I always thought it was terrible. Not terrible, but you can't see it, or you feel like, oh, maybe this isn't enough, or I don't know if my voice is right.
You're one of the funniest writers of all. I mean, Barb and Star, come on. That's like one of the funniest, that is like one of the funniest things. That got me through the pandemic. It did.
No, that movie is incredible.
It's amazing.
Thank you very much. Well, let's talk about Barry.
Oh, you want to talk about Barry?
It's a pretty big feat. I mean, you've had this show for years.
4 seasons.
4 seasons. And I know you, and seeing you not only play the character, but you are such a filmophile? Sure. Is that right?
That's fine.
Cinemaphile.
Cinemaphile.
I don't watch films.
Cinemaphile.
Front row. Wait, okay. We can just...
13.
Yeah, we can just
12,
keep
11,
going.
10.
No, one last.
No, but I just wanted it to...
Steve.
Because it is a big deal, like what you've created since you
thank
left
you.
SNL, and it's like everybody's favorite show, and your talent comes through in it. And
thank
is it
you.
weird to say I'm proud of you?
Oh, you can say I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. How many pictures of the Palm Royal thing did I send you and Barbara and Star? I always like take pictures and send them to her. I'm like, look, like a proud parent, like your billboard's over La Cienega.
Working with Kristen, it makes you better. I mean, it's just not fair how talented she is. And you just are kind of blown away. And you just got to like raise your game around her because she's like effortlessly brilliant. It's amazing. I've known her for so long and she still does things that I'm like, you can do that too? I thought I knew everything. I thought I knew all your moves. And I don't.
Kristen Wiig, Saturday Night Live.
How did you come up with the lady who gets so excited about surprise parties?
Oh gosh, I don't even remember. I think it just kind of happened. I mean, we write overnight. You know,
Yeah.
Tuesday night we basically start at like 4 and write until 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
So
Her name's Sue.
Sue,
Sue,
yeah.
right.
There was a scene in the film where I had to give this monologue, and I remember when the camera was on me, it was just my coverage, and Kristen was off camera. And a lot of times we have actors, and it makes sense when they do that. They kind of don't go 100%, because they got to like save it for their close-up. But every take, Kristen would give 100%, and she would cry.
She gave 100%.
No, she gave 100%. She cried, and it helped me. It helped me in such a huge way. It helped my performance,
Your performance in that just
But is there is
And Kristen, you on my coverage, you'll know the camera's just on me,
I can't.
and Kristen's off camera. You gave me so much, and I remember you crying off camera, and I thought that was
Well, you made
really
me cry. It
helpful.
was such a beautiful performance.
Kristen is such a generous performer, especially when we would do the Californians, like we would just start making each other laugh. I mean, that was the whole thing. Me and Fred going, how do we make Kristen laugh? And they're saying, well, how do we make Bill laugh? And I don't know how much fun it is to watch at home, but we were having a blast. And you did, it's the thing where you work with someone and you care about them, and then something might happen where you never realize like how important that person is in your life. Like making this movie, I was like, oh yeah, Kristen, you're like a huge part of my life, And she was saying the same thing about me, like God, So yeah, no, it was one of the best working experiences I've ever had working on this movie with her, and she's one of the best actors going, bar none.
Tell me about Adventureland. I want a job at Adventureland. I want to carry around a baseball bat.
Oh, yes.
It's one of the funniest parts of the movie.
Get out of my doorway, motherfucker! Oh, well, thank you.
Well, it's true.
We would do those Vincent Price sketches, and I came to her and I said, so I'm going to do this Vincent Price thing, and do you have any, like, Judy Garland? What would you say is Judy Garland? That was one of the first episodes Kristen Wiig worked on a show, and I was like, oh, Judy Garland? Do you have a Judy Garland? She's like, yeah. I go, do you have any idea what she would say? I was writing a Vincent Price sketch, and I was like, hey, do you know of any, can you do any old school impressions? And she said, I can do Judy Garland. And I go, oh, what can you say is Judy Garland? And she goes, maybe something like, you ever get the feeling like your hands are made out of sand? She goes, I don't know, maybe if I said, you ever that feeling like your hands are made out of sand? And she went, you ever get the feeling that your hands are made out of sand? I was like, the new girl's really good. And she went out on something like that. Hi, and like walked off, and I was like, she's a genius.
Yeah.
And I went to Seth Meyers' office. I was like, that new girl is amazing. And he was like, you're a new guy. What do you mean new girl? I'm like, I got 5 shows on her. I'm a vet. Well, I was like,
That's so funny. I don't remember.
oh my God, you said that. And I was like, okay, so she's the funniest human on the planet.
Do you ever get the feeling that your hands are made of sand?
With Kristen, we're friends, very good friends. You're gorgeous.
Bill, you're
You look so gorgeous
Thank
right here.
you.
You look so
Gosh.
beautiful right here.
Thank you, guys.
It's funny, Kristen Wiig, you put her in those glasses, and she's still just awesome and beautiful. Yeah. So beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you guys still kind of surprise each other when you guys work with each other?
Always, especially in a movie like this where we're doing things that we've never done before. Even in the comedic scenes, you know, Bill always surprises me. I mean, I was with him at SNL for 7 years, and still at the table read, he would do something new and different that would have me laughing. And I'm like, oh my God, how have we been on the show for so long and I never heard that
Well, I
voice?
was Kristen did the same thing where she would do a new move at the table read. Even, you know, your last show, you know, and I would go, who's this woman? When did this lady come out? You know, it was great.
If you could bring any of your SNL characters to the big screen, who would you choose?
Oh God, I don't know if anyone would want to watch any of them for 2 hours.
I would.
That's a long time. Oh God, I don't know.
I'd like to see Aunt Linda movie.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I love Aunt Linda.
Andy Samberg and I started, and we did 5 shows, and then Kristen came in, and she was kind of the new person, and I was like, well, I'll help the new girl out, you know? I was like, oh, hey, I really know the ropes here. I've done 5 shows. So, and we wrote a sketch together, and I was kind of helping her, and she was very sweet, very modest, very kind of quiet. And then her first table read, she did the Target lady, and I was like, oh, you're a genius. Hi, let me reintroduce myself. I'm Bill. I don't know who that guy was yesterday. I'm Bill. I have a lot to learn from you.
Working with Kristen is just effortless. It really is just kind of, she's a really great actress, and we've worked with each other so much that it's just really, it's just super, it doesn't feel like acting. There's not a crew and camera there. You're just, you know. No, this is pretty fun. This was a blast, I would say, right, Kristen?
Yeah, I'm just like, again, I'm just like watching the movie. This is not what you're supposed to do in commentary. Supposed to talk. Oh, you're so good.
Stickers on your patio. Yeah, that sounds pretty sweet. How would it work? Yeah, I think you should get home now. There's nothing going on, son. I said go home. You pick up San Vicente, take it to the tent, and fix the board. No, it's a go. You belong. At this time of day, it's gonna jump. Get on the chin and get out of here.
What a pro Kristen is. Absolute pro Kristen is. Totally keeps it together.
I always thought there was something just beautifully understated about even your characters on SNL. You know, I think there's something sort of just sad and heartbreaking about Penelope and the surprise party lady. It's like these are very sad people.
Coming today? Here? Sorry. Wig. Yeah. Wig. Eric S. and Eric. You're so good.
Oh no.
I mean, it's always a challenge to try to do something different, whether it's sketch or whether you're in a film. And I think it was made easier for me personally because I was working with someone like Bill who is so good at that. Take it, Bill, take it.
Yeah, he's one of the best there is.
She's one of the best.
Hands down.
Well, it's nice what you did. You could be in scenes together and not, yeah. The thing I always say about Kristen at SNL, I was there, so for the 7 seasons that we worked together, I can honestly say every table read, 22 shows a season, so she did something different. Like every table read, she would do something, and I was like, wait, you can do that too?
It didn't always work.
No, she used to do an Italian guy that was like the funniest thing, was like, and I still do that. Yeah, I saw Kristen Wiig, we were saying not too long ago, and I always say, remember she would play that Italian guy?
the best.
Never got on. And she would go, she played this Italian guy.
Like a mob boss.
Like a mob boss, and she would go, oh yeah. And I say that all the time, where I'll be like, oh yeah.
Never saw the light of day.
Anytime I find something I like, I go, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Says that at them.
As this character that she did, she would go, oh yeah. And I would
never
like
any
cry.
shot of it getting on. I was never told, please bring that back.
No,
I just
it
kept
was
bringing
my
it back.
favorite thing, yeah. The one I think it got on, did Thomas ever get on? Oh yeah, I think
Thomas!
Thomas!
Oh, Thomas!
And then Thomas, that woman too. Thomas! Yeah, I still do that. All right. Hey, Kristen, you are so good in this movie.
Bill, you are.
You're so good in this movie.
Oh, I can answer mine real fast. The scene where, well, Bill surprised me a lot in this movie, to be honest, but the scene where he gives the speech about peaking in high school, having that, it seemed like a very private moment between the two of us, even though there was a whole crew watching, and he just broke my heart. I thought, in reading the script, you sort of imagine how it's going to be done, and he just kind of blew me away in that scene.
It was very sweet when they do your coverage in a movie. The camera's just on you, and then you shoot your coverage, and then they turn around on the other actor. A lot of times, and I get it, actors, when they're off camera, will kind of like not give 100% because they want to conserve their energy. And Kristen, every take, would start crying, and she would just, was giving 100%, which really affected my performance. But it was nice. For me, it would be this scene, we have this really awful argument in the backyard, and I remember when Kristen came out, she's furious with me, and she comes out, I had never seen her in life that angry before. And she was so good and so conflicted, being angry, and then I could also tell her trying to control herself but not being able to control herself. And she says like a very hurtful thing, and it felt, again, it was kind of like she's saying, like there was no. It felt like a very private moment, and there was no acting really. It was kind of, and that would not have happened if Kristen and I haven't known each other forever. If it was any other actor, I would not have had the same reaction, and I think I was very lucky that it was Kristen, and that, she cares so much about what she does, everything, so that's what you want, so it was great.
You want us talking to each other? You want us at us, or just do a bunch of things? Hey,
it's more
I haven't
like,
seen you since the Golden Globe. I haven't seen you since the Golden Globe. We haven't seen each other since the Golden Globe. I love your show.
I'm sad.
I'm sad. Yours is over.
Nope.
I'm sad from watching yours, Bill.
No, because I know it's
sad.
no.